Hi, it's the beer video. You probably think that Helen and I sit here and do pre-production or like have a conversation or plan these things out. We fucking don't. We both just got on this call. It's like this every week.
Yeah. And I'm going to be sniffling a lot this week because I'm getting over the very last of a cold. So I did not just do a bunch of cocaine before getting on this call.
Man, imagine what the beer video would be like if you did.
I would probably talk a lot more nonsense, which nobody needs really.
Yeah. No, everybody needs more nonsense. I think that's great. Um, yeah, so it's been a week. I did a little something a little different last week when I named the video. And one person did comment on our, I can't remember his name. It's the person that you know. I forget his name.
And
Yeah, I'm sorry. And his comment was like, "Oh, you guys deserve to have a wider audience and stuff like that." And I was like, I appreciate it. I'm happy he's here, and I'm happy, the people that do watch it. But we don't market this shit. It's not like Coca-Cola's behind us or some Coke. I don't know why that came up, but
mm,
I don't know.
well, I mean, if we're going by biggest YouTube sponsors, I guess they would be, at least with the stuff I watch, that one perfume sample company,
Yeah,
Audible,
yeah.
and maybe some VPN service. But um I've never bothered learning how to use a VPN. I kind of have my own perfume buying habits, and I get audiobooks through the library. So I just scotched our chances at all that. So
I don't
sorry, I guess.
know. I mean, I'd be up for a me undies. Come on, guys. I'm
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm already a customer. Not that anybody needed to know that, but now you know that. My cat,
Which
I don't even
one?
know which one it is. It's just wailing. I just put the dog to fucking sleep. Oh,
Oh
that
God.
sounded bad. I put her in her crate to sleep for the evening. That's what I mean by that. She's alive and well. Um, and now the cats are just downstairs. They stampeded out of the bedroom into the living room where her crate is at already, and now one of them's downstairs just at the top of their lungs.
Sauron was doing that a minute ago, but I threw his catnip ball back and forth and he chased it a few times, so I think he's tired now.
Yeah, I had to put Andy the cat into the bedroom because I'm watching a wrestling show tonight, and I was like, I don't fucking need this because Andy will taunt Brody, and there's a gate so that Brody can only have access to certain parts of the house because she will just fuck shit up. And so, yeah, so she's banned from many rooms of the house, and so Andy has to come in, and they punch each other through the gate. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. And I'm just like, I'm trying to watch this show, please. So Andy got tossed into the bedroom. So he got his snack in there. He's fine. He was sleeping on the bed. That's what he wants.
Yeah, sounds like Sauron. He sleeps at night at the pillow above my head. Sometimes gently puts his paws on my neck as if to remind me that he could murder me in
Mm-hmm.
my at any point.
At
Thanks,
any
buddy.
time. At any point.
Well, I actually checked and I think you went first last week,
I
right?
did because I had the black metal beer.
Okay. Well, so I got a mystery beer and I got this one because it has the funniest label. So it just says rice, comma,
Rice.
nothing.
It's just a bag of rice.
I hope so. God, I hope so.
Yeah, I could use
Well,
rice right now.
I like rice lagers, like Sapporo is kind of my guilty pleasure beer.
Yeah. I'm shaking my head because the cats are now brawling. So I have to send a text message to see if this fucking fight can be broken up. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Sorry to people who are watching and having to put up with this shit. I just texted Christ these cats. Hopefully I don't know.
All right, so what do we got here? Got a green apple sucker, a mystery redeem for one glass token.
Wait, let me see that token again. What's that picture?
I think it's an elephant.
Elephant. Okay, I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. At
I
first,
would,
it looked like somebody crawling into somebody's like a mouth. So it looked like the ass and back legs of somebody crawling into a mouth instead of an elephant. But okay.
I've got a coaster from Urban Growler.
Hey,
I drink their beer a whole lot but they are right by my Aikido school. Like, if we're looking on this map here, my Aikido school is like right there, and you can see they're like right over there.
yeah.
So I'm
After you
some
throw some people around for a while, go and have a nice beer.
yeah, actually my Aikido school does like monthly events where they do just that. And I never want to go all the way over there on a Saturday night, which is why I haven't been to one in a while. But last one I went to was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
so
right.
oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so this is it's supposed to shake it. This is going to be dangerous. This is called Makku.
Ooh.
Very classy graphic design is my passion kind of can here.
Yeah, that's a nice and simple, minimalist approach.
And this is a Korean word I'm not going to pronounce right.
Oh,
Makgioli.
sure.
So
Uh,
that is, you can see filtered rice.
yeah, unfiltered rice beer. Yeah. What's
And
the brand?
I guess it is passion fruit flavored.
Ooh,
It is, according to this copy on the label, it is Korea's oldest alcoholic drink, and in our opinion, the most delicious. Well, I've had soju,
yeah.
which is fine. It's dangerous, dangerously smooth drinking. Okay, and shake gently.
You're definitely gonna have to send me the name of that beer and the brewery so that I can look it up and tag them. Hi, cousin Eddie. I already see cousin Eddie. Oh, that's what I was starting to say before. Is what I changed the little bit of the style of naming the video last week by putting the brewery names in with the whatever stupid thing I call it. Anyway,
Oh yeah, so ship.
yes,
Oh,
shit was full.
it's December. Oh boy, that is
Ooh,
unfiltered. They were not kidding.
yeah.
And this is 6% alcohol, unlike soju, which drinks like a soda, but it's something like, oh my God, this is
Wow, that is thick as shit. That is a strange ass color.
there is like a not okay, I don't want to say scum, but there's like a layer on top, like a skin.
Oh no. Oh my God, you're not kidding. Look at that.
Oh boy. This tastes pretty much like how I expected.
Mhm.
If you've ever had rice wine, it tastes like that.
Yeah.
I don't really taste any passion fruit, which is probably a good thing. Sorry, cats.
Yeah. Is it milky?
Yeah. Soren, leave your sister alone. Come here.
Goddamn cats tonight. So you said it is kind of milky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, it's pretty sweet,
Yeah.
but yeah, um, kind of a nice, kind of a nice sweetness. I would have preferred it a little drier, honestly, because I like how rice alcohol tastes like that. Hey, don't know.
Fucking cats.
1 second. Little man.
Helen and I have four cats between us, and none of them are behaving tonight. This is just tyranny and anarchy. In the cat, there he is.
Oh, no fuss, buddy.
Well, there's Sauron. He looks like he's very comfortable and happy where he is right now.
He's cranky, but that's okay.
Yeah. Hi, buddy.
Um, anyway, so it's one of those things where it kind of tastes like it's stronger. It's got like kind of a like a warming feel to it almost.
Oh yeah, bless you.
Sorry, I'm trying not to cough on the cat. Um, but it's 6% alcohol, so just like a little bit above um like kind of a standard American beer, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. What was the highest? I think what like a Budweiser is like 5, right?
Yeah, and
No, wait, or
like
is that right? I don't think that's right. Wait, no, never mind. I don't know. I thought Budweiser was 5, but I could be. I'm not gonna look it up.
um
I drink so much Budweiser, you'd think I'd know.
right. Well, don't we have to now? Isn't that the brewery that had like that one kind of irritating TikTok influencer on their can? And like everyone decided to
Oh
like have,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that was Bud Light. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
not the biggest deal whole debacle, obviously, but I felt really irritated that like it's like, man, like you fucks are being so deranged about this. You're making me defend a TikTok influencer.
it was one fucking can, one can, one can.
The most surprising thing to me was like finding out Dylan Mulvaney is a Bud Light girl. Like, did not expect that.
No,
Yeah, like
no.
I would have thought, I think I said before, like, yeah, that probably sparkling rosé with a bendy straw.
Well,
I don't know. Theater
yeah.
kids are
Apparently, Bud Light is. I don't, I'm speaking out of turn here, so I could be wrong. So somebody correct me. But I thought that Bud Light was kind of big in the gay community or the LGBTQ community.
um God, I don't know. I'm sure they have a float at Pride or whatever, but
Yeah, everybody does. I didn't think we were gonna have a shirt thing, but I guess we will now.
yeah, well, you were wearing a WASN shirt last week, and I am wearing mine this week.
It's,
Yeah, new album's really good.
it's great.
Um, I think like them and High Spirits just put one out, and I really like that band.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just bought fuck, I have so many records sitting here. Never mind, I'm not gonna dig through it, but I just bought one of their older records a couple weeks ago. And every time I don't listen to them much, but then every time I do, I'm like, why do I not listen to this band more?
we were lucky enough to see them live like years and years ago.
Yeah,
Um, and they are pretty much what you'd expect. They're
yeah,
terrific.
yeah. I prefer Dawnbringer if we're gonna not that we're nitpicking his bands, but I like Dawnbringer the most. I love Dawnbringer. And I got to see them several years ago at a very small venue here in Pittsburgh, and it was fantastic. Chris Black, Chris Black, right?
Yeah, I have a couple records from him like years ago, and I just remember he put in a really sweet postcard, like saying, Helen, thanks for staying true. Like, ah.
Yeah. He also
Like,
wrote the only listenable Knock Mystium record.
oh, he did. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yep. Yeah, he
Huh,
had a
well,
big role with them for a while, and
about that guy. It's like apparently he's one of the nicest people in the world, and it's like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense. He's like the one person able to get along with Blake Judd.
yeah, yeah, and get something productive out of them. So, yeah,
Yeah. Well, I guess it says something that even he, it seems, eventually found that too exhausting.
yeah. Who wouldn't? Yeah. Um, I'm not wearing a metal shirt this week. I am wearing a shirt from the movie Pearl, with Mia Goth on the front of the shirt. And Pearl is the prequel to X. If you've ever seen X, I love X so much.
I,
What's that?
I still haven't. I need to fix that. That's by the director that did House of the Devil, right?
Yeah,
Yes, I loved that. I thought it was a really good throwback horror that wasn't too derivative and didn't try to do too much. It was just
yeah.
playing the
Well, X is great. I love X. I like Pearl even more because that's like Mia Goth is just absolutely insane in that movie. Um, yeah, I was the company that made this shirt is called Rucking Fountain. If you switch the F and the R, you see what they did there. Um, and so basically they make shirts for like a very limited run, and they have an app. So you have to download the app, and then whenever they put the shirts up, um, you have like a limited amount of time to order them. I just ordered a witch shirt from the movie The Witch, that I'm still waiting for that to come in. And um I I downloaded the app because I downloaded it and then I had deleted it and I re-downloaded it for that shirt and I didn't do it fast enough and most of the designs that I liked were gone. So I got one that I mean I still got one that I liked, but the design I really liked was gone, but oh well. But yeah, if you haven't seen X or Pearl out there, see X first and then see Pearl. Even though Pearl's the prequel, um, well, X came out first, but I would see X first and then see Pearl because it will make it'll make Pearl make more sense, basically. Like the character Pearl, it'll make that whole thing make more sense. Anyway, I have a really stupid beer this week that I'm very excited about.
Yes, you mentioned this. I am excited as well.
And I have a funny story that goes along with it. Anyway, it's from Four Hands Brewing Company, and it is Voltron. That's right, Voltron, Volume 2. There's your boy. He's right there. Um, so this is a fruited hazy IPA with mango, kiwi, mosaic, Riwaka and Nelson Sauvin hops. It's 7% alcohol by volume. Funny story about Voltron. The So I went to, unfortunately, all my schooling was through Catholic school. And the school that I went to was K through 8. So I was in K through 8, like with the same fucking people for 9 straight years. So, even and our class was really small. There was like 25 of us. And so we were K through 8. Some people like we lost some people and new people came in, but mostly the same cast. So when you're with the same basic people for 9 straight years, you're going to have arguments and fights and stupid shit's going to happen. So I lived literally across the parking lot from the school, and I would get to school like I don't remember what time school started, like 8 o'clock. I would get there like at 8:01. And so everybody started to make fun of me and they're like, oh, Brian's watching Voltron and he can't get to school because he had to wait for Voltron to finish, which wasn't true. Was not true. I was not watching Voltron. I just couldn't get up. Was that?
You are still mad.
I'm still mad because I got into a fight with somebody over it and didn't do very well. Anyway, Voltron. Anyway, I'm drinking out of a Sasha Banks glass. I hate that it says divas on it, but WWE used to call their female talent divas. They don't do that anymore because they grew up. But Sasha Banks right now is Mercedes Monet, but she might be Sasha Banks again. We don't know. But anyway, I love Sasha slash Mercedes. What's
Sasha
that?
Banks. Isn't she the one that's like Snoop Dogg's second cousin?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, I saw her on Hot Ones.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she's so cute.
I love her. And she's a great wrestler. Let's pour this son of a bitch. All right. So, I mean, it looks like your standard hazy IPA. So, no false advertising there.
There you go.
Ooh, that's hoppy. Ooh. I mean, from the smell, it smells very tropical and very hoppy. So I'm excited about this. And again, what is in it again? I can't remember the flavors. Oh, with mango, kiwi. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that is instantly sweet. There's a lot of flavor in this, a lot. Oh, there you were gonna say so.
Oh yeah. What fruit did you say was in that? There's mango and kiwi.
Mango and kiwi, and then the hops are Mosaic, Rawaka, and Nelson Sauvin. So lots of hops, and then mango and kiwi being the fruit flavors. Um, Man, as soon as it hits your tongue, it's just exploding with flavor. God, that's really good. The carbonation's nice and crisp. It's really not very bitter at all. For a for a hazy IPA, I'm kind of surprised that because it's not more bitter or bitterer, more bitter. I forget which one is right. Uh, than it is. Especially with the different types of hops in it. Um, Great aftertaste too. Yeah, it's fruity, but not overly so. Like it's not super sweet. There's a little bit of sour to it, a little bit of sweet, and it's not overwhelming, which is great. So it's a nice balance. You get the good carbonation, a very nice hoppy taste, but not overwhelming. So again, if you're one of those people that's easily gets overwhelmed by too many or too much hops, and I know those people are out there, I get it. That's this is not a beer you should be afraid of as far as that goes. And it's just really goddamn pleasing. It's unfortunate this, it's what, not late December, almost mid-December. This would be a nice summer beer for just, kind of sitting outside in the evening and enjoying a nice, fruity IPA. God damn, that is really, really good. Um, wow. I'm really getting a lot more of the fruit flavor now that it's been out of the refrigerator for about a half an hour, so it's warming up a little bit, which is good. Um, it's refreshing. Yeah, this is really good. This is one of the better IPAs I've had all year long. So I don't mean to be all hyperbolic about it, but this is fantastic. And it's fucking Voltron. I mean, like, come on, man. Yes. I'm very
Yeah.
I'm very happy that the Voltron beer is good.
Do you remember when what's that? Unibrew, I think. They were doing Game of Thrones beers.
No, that was
Oh,
fuck. It's not Unibrew. It's
oh my God, right?
oh my god, yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I remember they did like four different ones, right? And then like they had one which was like all those styles like blended together.
I never
That's
had
what
that one.
around beer would be like I don't know, like some kind of like weird style fusion, but you know,
Yeah,
you
I have most of those. I might have one of the I keep bottles of beers that I really like. It's not in my room. It might be in my basement. But all the Game of Thrones when I kept those bottles, just I don't know.
yeah. I remember the Take the Black Stout was really good. I was pretty on the other ones, I guess. And I was cranky about how the show ended, so I didn't get
Yeah,
the
yeah,
last one.
yeah.
You know, I will say this. I kind of appreciated what they were going for with the ending. I just think that once they didn't have Martin's work to base it off of, kind of suffered a little, or let's be real, suffered kind of a lot from that. Like,
That
what?
pacing too was just if you were
Yeah,
watching, if somebody was watching it without any knowledge of like what happened, and you watched that from season one through the end, there's no way we got to those last two seasons where you weren't like, holy shit, what are we fast forwarding for? It's going so fast.
yeah, and like, okay, so I didn't mind that they made Daenerys a villain. I think like with a better version of that show, that would have been good. And I think like they're gonna pull that off with House of the Dragon because like it kind of sets that up with Rhaenyra Targaryen where like she starts as like someone who's like pretty reasonable, I guess, has like as good a claim to the throne as any, but through a combination of her own bad decisions and just poor circumstances and luck, ends up like just kind of fucking over her own popularity and like making herself a historical villain.
Yeah,
And it's not because she's just like fundamentally evil, it's just like she's kind of stupid and hard-headed.
yeah,
And Daenerys is exactly that kind of person. Like she can be kind of dumb and hard-headed and like has like obviously a pretty bad temper.
yeah,
Like I don't know, the whole like last couple episode decisions like, oh well, see like her family goes nuts sometimes. Like, man, not really actually. Like look, I read Fire and Blood, all right? Like, I read that thing to the very end through
yeah,
all the tedious little bits, and like, there aren't actually a lot of crazy Targaryens. There are Targaryens who are bad rulers, but it's because like they're mean, or they're kind of indecisive pushovers,
yeah,
or kind of shut-ins who don't like dealing with people. There's a lot of ways to be a bad ruler, and like, kind of the history of the Targaryens covers all of them. And like, I don't know, I feel like that's one of the strengths of Martin's work is that like he shows a lot that like evil isn't just like people like these cackling villains or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
people kind of dumb or cruel or like they just kind of like go along with like what someone in authority tells them or like, they're like in power and they're a little unscrupulous.
Mm.
I don't know.
I always took it too as like it's the absolute power corrupts absolutely, like that whole saying. Because it always seems like the more power you give those people, the more it goes to their heads, and the more they make decisions based on that maybe aren't the decisions they would have made, at another time. But now that they have a little bit of power, these are the decisions they're making. It's like even the I'll say this in wrestling terms, even the babyface characters have those flaws as well, where they're either too trusting or they're I don't know, they're how do I want to put this? Like, they're wanting to do the best possible thing for their family and meaning like their people, and it just sort of ends up kind of making them a little, I don't want to say dumb, but gullible, maybe gullible. Like, they're kind of lured into not great decisions sometimes. And so I kind of agree. Like it does show you the more human aspect of how these situations probably really do play out for the most part. But yeah, and it's not like they're steepling their fingers, sitting in a weird tower trying to make decisions. I don't know.
And honestly, like as much as I have to criticize, like as much as I didn't like the last season,
Hmm.
I will say the fact that we're still discussing and arguing about it says something about like at least they tried, at least an effort was made. Like I can think of a lot of movies and TV shows or whatever, or books even that just like slid off my brain right afterwards. And
Yeah.
like um the the existing Song of Ice and Fire books, like there's a lot in there that stays with me. Like honestly, like I was listening to the audiobooks and I had to stop like after the Red Wedding because God, that like Kat's viewpoint hits me so hard. Like God, the
Oh
last
God, yeah. The one scene too that I thought they did a great job with the Red Wedding, and I can't remember the character, so I'm sorry. Fuck. Whenever she pulls his cloak up and he has like the chainmail all the way down to the wrist.
actually
What's
it's a
that?
different character, it's a different character in the books versus the show. But yeah, in the show it's Roose Bolton, which kind of fits like that guy's
No.
like kind of and that's like one of the characters where like Martin shows kind of how like boring evil can be. Like Roose Bolton is a complete sociopath, but the fact that he's like kind of also a calm, good strategist,
Yeah.
like people kind of ignore the fact that he's a serial rapist and shit because they
Yeah.
need his battle planning advice.
Yeah.
But yeah, him being the one like yeah, and I just and like I think and in the book there's even more hints that something's off. Like all the wedding food is really shitty
Yeah.
and like, oh well, it's not like the phrase to be cheap. What's going on here? And like
No.
she dismisses all her suspicions because she's like, oh God, I'm an old lady. I like no, no, get in the cart.
It was funny whenever we watched the series, Christina had not read the books yet. So I knew what I had. So I knew what was coming. And I didn't even like drop a hint. It wasn't even like, oh shit. I was just like, I'm just gonna let this fucking play out. And I just remember after that happened, seeing the look on her face, and I was like, by the way, that's called the Red Wedding. Yeah, I was just like on the couch, like I was probably giving it away like how tense I was because I knew it was coming, and it was just like I can't say anything because I don't want to ruin this.
Yeah, I think like God, Kat's last line in that chapter, like, no, don't cut my hair. Ned loves my hair. Like, that's one of those like single lines that's like my MK Ultra activation phase phrase and just start sobbing uncontrollably. Like, oh,
Getting
Like people those of Rob dying so young or whatever, but it's just like Kat dies thinking all her kids are dead, and her husband's dead.
yeah,
There's nothing she can do. Oh, it's
yeah.
brutal.
It's just, oh man, yeah, yeah. Oh God.
Or discussion chat, everybody.
Yeah, I guess maybe Game of Thrones was. I don't remember.
Hey, good for George R. R. Martin. I hope he finishes that book. I don't think it's gonna happen, but
No.
I will put on my clown makeup and
Yeah,
hope.
yeah, yeah. That's a perfect meme for this. But well, everybody, we didn't talk about politics, so you can tell all your conservative friends that they can watch this episode. Fuck you,
Yeah.
by the way. Um,
Can we squeeze one in?
real
Uh,
quickly, we're running out of time.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Oh God.
Okay, so I'm not going crazy. He definitely like either is a regular on 4chan or has a staffer that reads it, right?
Without question. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's turning into before he was just trying to be Donald Trump, and now he's like, let's add some Alex Jones to this. Like
Yeah.
when he starts bringing up like the Great Replacement, I'm like, you motherfucker. Like,
Well, we know like when he starts threatening to eat his neighbor's ass like corn on the cob.
yeah,
Like well, that would make the line cribbing a little too obvious, I suppose.
yeah, yeah. Vivek was just, I, God, I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I'll compliment Chris Christie. Chris Christie just took him down at one point where it was like, that should do it. It was the most succinct takedown of him. I can't remember off the top of my head what he told him or what he said to him, but I was like, that's it right there. And it's unfortunate that Chris Christie, a piece of shit, um, is like the guy in this whole thing where I'm like, well, at least he has some sense.
Yeah, look, I am no Chris Christie fan, but like I think the guy's at the point where he's figured out he's got nothing to lose, so he's just gonna get on TV and talk shit.
Yeah.
And watching him scold Vivek was pretty funny. Also, I was pronouncing it Vivek for a while because I apologize, Vivek. I thought you were the villain in the game Morrowind, so
Hey, he told you in his rap that Vivek rhymes with cake. Remember that great rap that he did? What an
that's
asshole.
the
Anyway.
second time they have been reminded of that. So I guess I'm gonna put a power drill in my brain.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you just have the rest of your beer, have another beer, and it'll make all the bad feelings go away. It won't. Oh God,
Yeah.
I'm sorry we're ending on this, everybody, but
Ooh, here's a note. Uh, per your recommendation, I got Matt and I tickets to see Maki Ito in a couple weeks, or
yeah.
not a couple weeks, in like a month, but
Ma-
whatever.
Maki Ito on Twitter the other day learned a new US word. She learned the word simps. She's the
Oh,
greatest. If you don't know
yes.
who Maki Ito is, Makiitoh. She's a Japanese wrestler. She's the cutest wrestler in the world. That's her. I'm not saying that. That's what she calls herself. And who are we to argue with her? She's fucking amazing. She's incredible. She's the best. I love her so much, and you will too. And Helen, I cannot wait until you go see her. She's so great. You can go back and find some GCW footage of her cutting people up with a pizza cutter. It's the best. She's the best, and I love her.
Fantastic.
Everybody go watch Maki Ito matches and come back here next week because there's going to be a quiz. There's not, but we'll talk about Maki Ito again next week. Helen,
Yes.
this has been the beer video.